Seattle Storm traded six-time All-Star Jewell Loyd to the Las Vegas Aces in a multi-team move that sends three-time All-Star Kelsey Plum to the Sparks. This was the first trade in the league history involving multiple #1 picks here. As we check in more with WNBA today, the trade in totality, it looks a little something like this, right? Jewell Loyd in the 13th pick in the 2025 draft, they go to Las Vegas. Kelsey Plum heads to LA with the 9th overall pick. The Storm, they receive a pair of firsts, including a 2nd overall pick in the 2025 draft. So Ramona, you were one of our reporters who broke this story last night. How did this deal come together?
Now, this was a long time coming because Jewell Loyd had requested a trade from Seattle after there had been allegations of harassment. They had an independent investigation. It didn't confirm that, but clearly both sides realized that they needed to move on from each other. Kelsey Plum was a free agent, but they put the core designation on her. She wanted to leave, and so there was a match here. The question is, how did Kelsey end up in LA? How did Plum end up in LA?
Yeah.
And I think for the Sparks, that's an interesting question because they had the #2 pick in this draft. They have this young core with Cameron Brink, and you can continue to build through the draft, but for the Sparks to be able to open up this new practice facility, they're going to make a significant investment in it. From what I'm told, that's going to be announced fairly soon. They're trying to level up, and they kind of see things as reuniting Plum with Erica Hamby. And then you look at Seattle, they may not be done yet. That #2 pick, Olivia Miles, very good player, but they might not be done yet because Paige Beckers is out there. We all expect her to be the #1 pick, but did the Storm have enough to maybe entice Dallas to make a trade for Paige Beckers?
Drop everything you're doing because the WNBA just exploded. The rumours are over, the whispers are done, and what just happened has left the entire basketball world shook. Kelsey Plum is officially a Los Angeles Spark. And Jewell Loyd? She's taking her talents to Sin City to join the Aces. I know, it sounds unbelievable, but this is really happening. But listen, this isn't just another trade. We're watching the entire power structure of the WNBA shift right before our eyes. Two of the most lethal scorers in the league just switched teams, and the ripple effects, they're about to change everything. I'm talking championship odds and team dynamics, and get this, the entire 2025 free agency landscape just got flipped upside down. Trust me, after you see what I'm about to break down, you'll understand why this might be the most significant trade we've seen in years. Before we get into the details though, do me a favour, smash that like button and hit subscribe. We're about to break down exactly why this trade is about to send shockwaves through the entire league. Let me break this down because what's happening in Vegas isn't staying in Vegas anymore. The whispers we've been hearing, they just turned into a full-blown earthquake. ESPN and Bleacher Report have both dropped the bomb. Kelsey Plum is officially leaving Sin City for the bright lights of LA.
Juhas with the aggressive move.
Yeah, the rookie has the confidence to attack just like Kelsey Plum does.
That was a beautiful layup from Collier. Plum, the jumper picks up the dribble. A lot of contact as she drove the baseline. Plum gets 2 points off of the turnover.
That's the shot that Juhas needed to see go in.
Plum gets free on the baseline. The shot is blocked. Stokes couldn't get it off. Plum space. Wanted a reckless closeout call on Kayana Traylor.
Becky Hammond not happy at all on that one.
Behind the back pass from Gray on one ankle to Plum for the three. A 9-0 run by the Aces. They've opened up a 6. Young. Well, finds a cutting Plum.
She wants to see it every game, so you always know who the Lynx' best player is. It's Napheesa Collier.
Plum with 16 in the first half, gets 2 more right there. Tried to hand it off to Stokes. Plum comes up with it. Kelsey Plum does not miss from there. To Plum, 4 on the shot clock. Kelsey Plum makes her move, gets free, and hits the shot. Wilson kicks it out to Stokes in the starting lineup tonight for Parker. And now a baseline 3 for Kelsey Plum. 18 now for Collier.
Napheesa Collier figured out a way how to score here in the second half.
Kelsey, try it one more time. Kelsey Plum, I'll go through everyone before I get it right, had her Under Armour dog camp.
Plum. Oh, she's just adding to that career high. Having fun tonight, Kelsey Plum.
And here's the real story that's got everyone talking. This isn't just about switching teams. This is about Kelsey Plum saying, I'm ready to be the story, not just part of someone else's. Think about it. You've got one of the most explosive guards in the WNBA, someone who can light up the scoreboard any given night, playing in A'ja Wilson's shadow. No matter how many buckets Plum dropped, the spotlight always seemed to find its way back to A'ja.
Comes to her, you fight pressure with pressure, and she's done so attacking the basket. From the hesitation, oh, gets that shooter's touch. Jackie Young bottled up, is able to get it out to Plum. Cradles the ball so well. Kelsey Plum, it just gets by most defenders.
Getting the kind of shots that they will have success with.
Near wing with it, step back Kelsey Plum, three on the way, and stripe it.
Makes sense with the job that Coach Blue has done to kind of steer them through these waters this season, that she would get an opportunity to take that interim tag off.
Wow, Kelsey Plum so tough. Let's go over to Roz. Plum, quick crossover. She has been driving it in, goes to the right. English on that one to spin it up good.
Cowan's presence, this team's willingness to go inside. And because Latricia Trammell was willing to start to build a system around a true five. Not many programs will do that.
Kelsey Plum is the shot clock.
Or not, I know folks think of Kelsey Plum as a scorer, but Coach Becky Hammond credits Kelsey's ability to create and collapse defenses to Jackie's improved stats, to Kelsey's availability.
I'm like, oh my goodness, she's done a remarkable job. And that one was just pure determination and will by Kelsey Plum. Coming out of the timeout, and that energizes.
Season defensively, if Chelsea Gray is able to rise up. And Kelsey Plum with 5 on the shot clock. It didn't hit the rim, trying to work with something, gets the bucket. Offense.
Most teams try to blitz her if she gets a trap. Trying to draw a little contact, gets the shot to go, got some space.
Dives in for 2, and just another 20-point afternoon for A'ja Wilson. As Young knocks it away, Connecticut's offense really struggling in this third.
Don't get me wrong, A'ja Wilson is that girl. She's earned every bit of attention she gets. But when you're as talented as Kelsey Plum, sometimes you need your stage. And LA, that's about as big a stage as it gets.
If you guys believed in yourselves like she believes in you, great things would happen. How did that
I'm so sorry. We get it back in blood. Just kidding. I mean, go. We gotta do this.
The shots will definitely be of tequila.
Okay.
And what was your second question? I couldn't hear with that.
I understand. How did that belief Becky had?
According to Seamus at ESPN, this deal is just waiting on the final paperwork. We're talking about a blockbuster move that's going to reshape the entire landscape of the WNBA. This isn't just a trade, this is a power shift. But here's what makes this trade so huge. Kelsey Plum isn't just switching teams, she's betting on herself to become the face of a franchise in LA. And when did the Sparks make that call? Everything changed overnight. This isn't just a one-for-one deal either. While Plum's heading to LA, Jewel Lloyd, 6-time All-Star, walking bucket, is joining the Aces. Think about that for a second. They are 2 of the league's best guards, and they are basically trading places. It's like someone just reshuffled the entire WNBA deck. The Sparks get their superstar, the Aces replace one scoring machine with another, and suddenly every team in the league is scrambling to keep up. When was the last time we saw a trade this big in the WNBA? A 3-time All-Star in Plum, a 6-time All-Star in Lloyd. This is the kind of move that changes everything. Let's talk about why this is huge for Plum. The stats don't lie. Whenever A'ja wasn't on the court, Plum was going crazy with the scoring, like she was waiting to show what she could really do. Now in LA, she's got her team. No more sharing the spotlight. This isn't just another trade, this is Plum saying, I'm ready to be the star. Yeah, some people will say she had it easy in Vegas. With all that talent around her, defenses couldn't focus on stopping her. But that's what makes this so interesting. Plum's not taking the easy road. She's choosing the more challenging path. She's saying, put the pressure on me. But here's the thing, Plum is even better in LA. Why? Because she's already proven she can score crazy efficiently. Her shooting numbers are insane. And remember those games when Alja was out? Plum showed she can carry an offense. But wait, there's another twist to this story that's got everyone shook. The Sparks didn't just trade for Plum, they gave up their number 2 draft pick to get her. Yeah, you heard that right. Think about that for a second. They're giving up a potential future star for Plum. That's how badly they wanted her. That's how much they believe she can be their franchise player. I know what you're thinking. They got Kelsey Plum, that's a win, right? But this trade goes way deeper than that. Because what did the Sparks give up? That's not just any draft pick. We're talking about potentially missing out on game changers like Olivia Miles or Dominique Malanga. The kind of players who don't just join a team, they transform it. Let's talk about Miles for a second. This Notre Dame guard, it's pure magic as a floor general. Her court vision and her passing ability are exactly what a struggling team needs. But here's the twist. She's still got college eligibility left. And here's what's really keeping me up at night. The Sparks don't even have a reliable point guard right now. So, what's the master plan here? Are they just throwing all their chips on Plum and crossing their fingers? Like, seriously, what are they thinking? Get this, Plum's contract? It's just 1 year long. Let that sink in. The Sparks are basically building their entire strategy around someone who could bounce after a single season. That's not just risky, that's playing basketball roulette with your franchise. Now look, I get it. We're talking about a former number 1 draft pick, a player who absolutely dominated college basketball. I mean, she was the all-time scoring leader in women's college hoops before Caitlin Clark came along and rewrote the record books. She was a first-team All-WNBA selection, a 3-time All-Star, and won 2 championships. And she's still in her prime. We're not talking about some veteran on the decline. Now, the basketball world is split on this one. One side's calling it a brilliant power move. I mean, you're getting a proven bucket getter who can take over games. But the other side, they're saying LA just mortgaged their future for a quick highlight reel. But this story, it's bigger than just LA. This trade is like an earthquake and every team in the league is feeling the aftershocks. And maybe this is precisely what Plum needs right now. A fresh start, a chance to remind everyone why she was so highly rated in the first place. So, the talent? It's definitely there. But is one guaranteed year of Plum worth giving up a shot at the next generation of greatness? Trust me, every general manager in the league is watching this like a hawk. If LA's willing to go this big, it's like they just gave everyone permission to go crazy with trades. But hey, do you think the Kelsey Plum trade was wild? Buckle up because what I'm about to tell you next is going to blow your mind. While everyone's been focused on the Plum drama, there's another team making moves in the shadows. Let's discuss a fascinating development in Seattle. Sure, Jewel Lloyd's departure made headlines, but here's what makes this situation unique. The Storm turned this into a major opportunity by securing the 2nd overall draft pick, and from what we're seeing, they have some pretty exciting plans for using it.
Assists from Caitlin Clark. They've developed much better chemistry, and that is to be expected. They finally got some practices in.
Lloyd, the pull-up around the screen. There it is for Jewel, 1 of 2. Seattle looking to push every possession. Jewel, catch, fire, boom! 12-0! Run for Seattle, and they lead by 8. Kyler Diggins-Smith leading the push to Jewel.
Now, really, they're challenging all the veteran teams in this league.
Here's Jewel turning the corner. Oh, is she feeling it? Look out. Also has a pair of free throws.
Well, Jewel Lloyd, that is as easy as you're going to get scoring forward. Now she's matched up against a smaller player and doing just as well.
We're seeing a repeat, aren't we, Elise, of the last time Jewel played in. We're seeing 32. 9 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds thus far for Caitlin. Here's Jewel on the attack. Circles back around. Will fade, fire, and hit. It's all going down for Jewel Lloyd.
Controlling the paint.
Ooh, no kick call on that one. Instead, it's a turnover. Here comes Lloyd into the corner. She gonna fire? Yes, she is. Is she staying hot? Yes, she is! 20 for number 24, and we're still in the second.
15 points in the first quarter, was quiet after taking a shot to the face, and now ball out of her reach. Well, no, it just sets her up for the 3-ball from the corner pocket right in front of her teammates who absolutely love it. And Indiana just doesn't have a good matchup for her. The size, the strength, the speed, and the length that you need to slow her down.
How about 3 more?
Just to be clear, this isn't just any trade. We're talking about the number 2 pick in the upcoming draft. And no, this isn't related to the Kelsey Plum situation. This is an entirely different scenario that could reshape the team's future. Let me break down why this is such a big deal. The Storm appears to be orchestrating something here. They're not just looking to fill a roster spot, they're potentially crafting an entire team identity around French basketball talent. I know it sounds ambitious, but hear me out. At the centre of this strategy is draft prospect Dominique Malanga, who's been absolutely dominating on the international stage. But that's just the beginning. Seattle's vision potentially extends to other French stars. They've shown interest in Janelle Salin, and there are even whispers about pursuing Moriane Johannes. Think about it. They're not just building a team, they're creating a cultural phenomenon that could transform the franchise. And that's how one trade just turned the WNBA upside down. The domino effect has been absolutely wild to watch. Kelsey Plum heads to the Sparks and suddenly, every team is making moves. The Aces are figuring out how to maximize Jewel Lloyd in their system, Seattle's cooking up their French Revolution, and the Sparks, they're going all in on what could be a one-year gamble. But here's why this whole thing is fascinating. Kelsey Plum isn't just another player, she's one of the most marketable faces in the WNBA. For the Sparks, pairing her with their young core could be precisely what they need to recapture that LA basketball magic. Sure, I've seen all the tweets calling them crazy, saying they're mortgaging their future. But sometimes, in pro sports, you've got to take big swings. If you're enjoying this kind of WNBA analysis, do me a favor and smash that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell too. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Did the Sparks make a genius move, or did they just set themselves back 5 years? Let's debate it out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.